From today, we are going to talk about an interesting anime named Undead Unluck. It's a story of two characters. The first one is bored with his immortal life, and the second one is depressed because of her unluck. So let's get started. Episode 1 starts with a scene where we see an abandoned city covered in snow, where a boy lies down and a girl passes by him, grabs his hand, then they hug and kiss each other. Then the scene shifts and we see that a girl named Fuko is standing on the edge of a bridge, reading her favorite manga and feeling kind of disappointed that her life is not like that. After finishing the manga, she decides to end her life. She is ready to jump off. Suddenly a man stops her. Fuko explains that she wants a romantic life, but due to her body, she won't be able to do that. That's why she decides to end her life. She points a knife toward the man and tells him if he touches her, he will get an incurable disease and die. After hearing that, the man walks toward her and stabs himself, grabs her face and moves her away from the edge. He says that he has never heard of that kind of disease and asks what will happen to him and where it will hurt. Then Fuko tells him her unluck is coming, and suddenly the edge he is standing on breaks and he falls in front of a running train. Fuko starts crying that due to her, one more person lost his life, but suddenly the man's head flies back on the bridge and starts regenerating his body. After seeing him naked, Fuko punches him in the crotch and runs away, screaming that he is a zombie. Using his blood as a thruster, he grabs Fuko and tells her that he is undead, not a zombie. He wants to ask her some questions, but after seeing the police, he leaps away carrying Fuko with him. Then Fuko explains about her unluck and tells her story that it all started 10 years ago when she was 8 years old. She was seeing off her parents at the airport. She hugged and kissed them. After some time, their plane exploded and all 270 people died, including her parents. After hearing this, Undead hugs her, thinking that the biggest unluck will come. After some time, a banana crate falls on him and cuts him in several parts, but he regenerates again. Fuko sees a chance to escape, but slips on a banana and falls off the building. But Undead saves her and tells her that he won't let her die until he finally finds out how she can give him a real death. Undead then heads toward his hideout to find out how he can get bigger unluck. At his hideout, Undead learns that the longer he touches her, the bigger the unluck he faces, so he tells her to remove all her clothes so he can touch as much skin as possible. After hearing this, Fuko starts running away. While running, her hat and jacket get stuck in an object and her long hair is revealed. She starts crying that nobody is able to cut her hair because of her unluck. Undead then takes a pair of scissors and starts cutting her hair and gets excited that he has held her for 15 minutes, so the biggest unluck is coming toward him. Suddenly, a scarred man cuts his head off and puts it into a special capsule so that he cannot regenerate himself. After that, he captures Fuko and explains that their job is to police any unselected negators who can throw the world into chaos. He tells her that he is impressed by his power, but if he wants, he can kill her right now. Fuko starts crying and thanking Undead for giving her a haircut. As she cries, a lightning strikes and hits the man who is holding the capsule with Undead's head. The capsule breaks and Undead gets free and starts regenerating himself. After that, he kills all the men, but the scarred man places his sword on Fuko's head and states that he will kill her unless Undead cuts his head off and gives it to him. Without thinking much, Undead cuts his head off and throws it toward him, saying he had fun today and they may see each other again. Fuko then runs away from that man and kisses Undead's cheek to trigger her unluck. After that, Undead regenerates himself and tells Fuko to get out of the building and grabs that man. Suddenly, a meteor appears in the sky and lands on the building. As things clear out, Undead come out from the building and thanks her for the assist. Fuko smile and introduce herself and ask Undead about his name, but Undead said that he doesn't remember it, and is fine to call him Undead, but Fuko think that's not good and decide to give him a name, Andy. Andy said that a kiss caused so much damage, then what if we do sex next? After listing this, Fuko starting running and episode 1 end here.